welcome to episode 3 of the Customer Perspective for Small Business Owners. Now, in case you didn't notice, the title of this episode is about consistency. So, we're going to be talking about consistency as a small business owner in the great state of VA and how important it is for you to just be consistent. Just being consistently okay can put you above so many other people so more quickly than you would even imagine. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but in these first 3 episodes, I have intentionally slightly changed the way I look, even though I am filming them like in succession. I have slightly shifted the way I look in every episode, which is what? Inconsistent. And so I know it probably triggered some of you into thinking she's just trying to do that to make us think that she's doing several videos on different days. No, I'm doing it to prove a point. So I got you. Got them. Basically, it is very inconsistent, so it's just confusing. It's like, what is the brand? I don't understand. What are we getting? What did I thought I signed up for something different. I think I signed up for something else. I'm so confused. That's what inconsistency is as a consumer for me, as a customer. Inconsistency just creates confusion and anger for me. Let me give you a prime time example of inconsistency that just like really irritated me. It was a story from someone that I saw on social media who was a foodie, and they said that they were getting horrible treatment. They were getting ignored. The glasses were dirty and stuff like that. And then the service was horrible, right? And then the second they whipped out that camera, all of a sudden, oh, so attentive. Oh, let me take care of that for you. Oh, let me get you this cleaner thing. And it's just like, that is super inconsistent. And so treating people differently because they're influencers, not okay, guys. Because what happens is that, especially if you pay influencers or you sponsor influencers or you get any influencers happen to come to your establishment and highlight you and they give you a really good push, people want the same experience that they're seeing these influencers post online. And so if you're not giving them the same, or like a very, very close equivalent to what they saw online, people are going to start talking. And you're not going to get those repeat customers. You're not going to get those people coming in through the door regularly. You're not going to get those recommendations like you should have gotten when you got the initial push from that influencer. You have to treat everybody the same, okay? Another example is this example. You can hear the crack in my voice because it has happened to me several times, in which this is the thing that irks me the most. I would have a beautiful time at a restaurant, right? It would be like me and one other person or just me by myself. I would go to this restaurant. I would have the best time. I would have the best service. I would have the best food, and it would be so magical and fantastical. And then what happens? The inconsistency. First time I went, magical, beautiful, fantastic. We're all loving it, having a great time, nom, 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 eating that meal up. Second time I go, had a great time the first time. So what do? I tell my friends, I tell my family, I bring my mother to your establishment. And what do? You have the nerve to be so horribly inconsistent that you give me the worst service and the worst food we have ever had in our lives. Ugh! Can you tell I am literally pulling from something that has happened to me multiple times? Is that the first time I go to an establishment, right now I'm speaking specifically about restaurants, but it can be applicable to any small business that sells a product or a service in VA. The first time, my first experience with you, great, fantastic. We're on the moon. We're flying high. We're in the stars. Great. And so I'm flying high. I'm feeling great. I'm telling everybody I had a great time. I'm telling my friends. I'm telling my family. And so I'm trying to bring everybody in, and we're trying to come again because I know I'm about to have a great time. And so now I'm bringing you business because I had such a good time. So I'm bringing people in. I'm bringing my family. I'm bringing my friends. Most importantly, I'm bringing my mother. And then what do? What do you do as a small business? You drop the ball. You drop the ball in front of my mother, and you give us crap service or crap food. This is obviously not everybody. It's just happened like several times where I would bring my family somewhere where I had a good time the first time, and then the second time I go, or even the third time I go, it's complete and utter trash. And it's just like, what happened? Did you lose the good servers that you had before? Did you lose the good chef in the back? Did you change your recipes? Why is it that I got one beautiful, fantastical experience the first time I go. And then the next time I go and I bring people to you, I bring you business, I get you more money and more business. And you drop the ball so hard that now I have to apologize to my family because we had a horrible time, because we felt isolated, because we felt judged, because we got poor service, because we got a poor meal. It's unacceptable. Unacceptable for me to have to apologize to my mother in the car, and we got that awkward silent drive back, like, because my mother is nice, and so she's not going to say outright, I had a horrible time. But my mother does certain things where I know she had a bad time, but she's nice, so she's going to be like, oh, it was okay. I like this one aspect of it. When my mother orders coffee and she doesn't even finish her coffee, how bad do you have to be that my mother won't even finish a cup of your coffee? So please, consistency is the key. That's why I'm so passionate about it, is because when I have a good experience, I want to share that. I want to come back. I want to have another good experience. It's like that hit of dopamine. I was like, I was treated like royalty over there. My meal was fantastic. I had a great time. So I want to spread that good feeling to my friends and family. I want to bring you people in. And so if I'm bringing your business in, don't drop the ball with your inconsistency, because maybe you're great one day and then horrible the other. Now, this is not against, like, we all have good and bad days. We all go through things in life. There are certain things happening in the background in our personal lives that might leak into the work world. It's not about that. It's about, like, the overall vibe, the overall experience, like, can be just complete and utter, like, night and day. And you're just like, what happened to this establishment? And so I'm telling you, from the customer perspective, if I go to your establishment, if I get your service and the first time it's great and the next time it is horrible, and I had brought my family in, I had brought my friends in, I had recommended you to strangers, and they tell me that they had a horrible time, I'm canceling you. Okay? Not in the sense of cancel culture, but in the sense of I'm telling everybody, do not go there. Inconsistent. I cannot guarantee you're going to have a good time. I cannot guarantee you're going to enjoy your meal. I cannot guarantee the service is going to be on point. I cannot guarantee that product is going to be high quality. And so all you have to do is, if you set a standard, stick to that standard, please. Okay? If your standard is too high to start, okay, it's going to screw you over in the end. So set a sustainable standard, and please just maintain that standard. Because even if it's like a consistently average standard, for example, McDonald's, totally standardized. And we all know that it's not real food. We all know that it is trash. As Americans, we know this is not good for us. There is no positives in eating McDonald's, okay? And yet most of us will take that trash and eat that trash regularly. Why? Because, like, we know more or less the experience that we're going to get at McDonald's. And so we're not expecting more. We're not really expecting too much less. We're expecting that, that, like, really low tier level of service, and just like the average same burger, the same fries, the same drink. We're expecting this. And so we go in with our mindset down here because we're expecting this. And so please start with a certain level, a certain standard that you set, and just be consistently that. If anything else, if you can't start up here, okay, start right here and just be consistent. So at least we know what we're in for each and every single time. So it's like, if I have a mid time, but it's like, I kind of enjoy this thing, I'm going to come back because I know I'm going to get the same thing. So that's why I feel so passionately about consistency, is because there have been so many times where my first time trying something, or getting a product or doing a service, was fantastic and great. And then I'd spread the word, like, this great thing happened, because I want to spread good news in my life. And I bring other people in from the outside, and they come in, and it's just not the same experience. And that lack of consistency turns us off, and we're just like, you know what? We're never coming here again. We have like a blacklist of, like, restaurants where, like, I don't care what anybody says. I don't care how many influencers go there. We are not going there because they treated us like crap this one time. Drop the ball. It only takes one time. one time, and the news can either spread like wildfire or you just lost a potential repeat customer, which is what we're trying to get in this series. We're trying to get repeat customers to continuously want to come into our establishment, to continuously want to support us, to continuously want to be experienced and exposed to our business and our just general vibes and our products and stuff like that. They want to keep coming back for more because we're so consistent and we're so good and we have such good service. So that's it for this episode of the customer perspective for small businesses in VA. And I don't know what the next episode is going to be about. Oh, the next episode is going to be about transparency. And so that is going to be episode 4, but that is it for episode 3 of the customer perspective for small business owners in VA. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please, please, please be consistent. Pick a standard and just stick to it for as long as you can until you have the means to up it. Just stick to that one standard that you picked, because if I come in day 1 and it's great and I come in day 2 and I bring my mother and she has a bad time, you are never going to see me again. So I hope you guys are having a beautiful one. Small business owners, let me know if this information is helpful to you at all. And if it is, just put it in the comments. Let me know if it's practical, because like I said, this is the customer perspective. I have never owned a business, so I don't know what it's like on your side of things. So I need your opinion as well. So please put whatever your thoughts are on this in the comments. So I hope you guys are having a fantastic one. And I will see you for episode 4, where we talk about transparency. So goodbye.